folks, AJaytheCEO here. This is your first time stopping by the channel. Thanks for stopping by, and on this channel we focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, and if you like what we're doing here, consider becoming a patron or a YouTube member. Links are down below. No matter the size of your media ministry, you need a budget. I feel that this communicates seriousness and a focus of excellence towards your ministry. This helps you with the direction and helps others that are a part of the decision makers of your budget understand exactly how you're going to use this money. We all know that there is no plateau in life or in ministry. We are growing or dying, moving forward or backwards. There should be a progressive approach in our ministry because technology and ways of communicating are changing daily. The gear, methods, and options used yesterday may be outdated or no longer available, so we need to have this in mind as we work on a budget. Now let's organize this budget into 5 categories. This will make it very clear what the ultimate goal of each item is for our ministry and how we categorize them. These categories are maintenance, growth, training, emergencies, and wishes. Now, starting off with maintenance, these items will cover keeping our existing equipment running well. For me, some of these items are printer ink, paper, pens, sanitizer, batteries, mic covers, blank disk media, if we're even still using that, yearly licenses for applications and software as a service, kind of like our website, Zoom, etc. Nothing major, but all of these items are essential. Now, the next thing we have are growth items. These items are things that are not nice to have, but are essentials with a needed soon due date. For my ministry, this would be including projector bulbs, additional microphones, an audio technician visit to recalibrate our system, cable rerouting project, and other things like that that you might not want to do right now, but you know you're gonna have to do them sooner or later. Next, we have training items. These items are for training our team to improve their skills. Now, unless you're a full-time media ministry staff, most of the people in your media ministry are volunteers and they don't use these skills outside of the ministry. So any form of training would be beneficial for your team and honestly is really essential. Most of the training events that we were interested in at my church have been canceled due to COVID, but there are still many virtual options available. I myself am working on a virtual training that I would hope to be available next year. So make sure you're a subscriber, have notifications turned on. That way you'll be the first to know about any training details once they become available. The next category we have are emergency items. These items are what we need to have on standby for just in case moments. This would include items like additional webcams, a backup computer, cameras, additional microphones, especially now, secondary or tertiary streaming equipment, ways to still live stream if your primary stuff goes down. Now, last but not least, we also want to include wishes. These are those items that you don't need at all, but if there happens to be some extra money laying around with your name on it, you could put it to some good use. Now, some examples for me and my ministry as wishes would be the Vimeo live streaming package. Convert us over to that plan yearly. Extending our networking gear and Wi-Fi throughout the entire building. New fluid head tripods instead of the cheap ones that we have. A voice over IP phone system. Converting our sound system to a more up-to-date digital sound system. And then also doing some in-ear monitors for our musicians. Now, this is not, like I said, the standard. This is just something that I try to follow when I do my budget. So that way I can leverage and see where I'm at. Because out of these 5 categories, if I happen to have one too many things in one category, shows that I'm missing out on something else. So if I put everything in maintenance, that pretty much means that I'm not trying to do any type of movement, no type of growth, no type of progression, no type of training for my folks. And, but then at the same time, if I have everything on wishes, I'm not being realistic, and I'm not trying to focus on the task at hand. So these are the five categories that I like to focus around, and then have a well balance of everything that needs to go into my budget. And then I take those categories. I don't send those to the trustees. That's mainly for me, but I base what I need based off of those items. So make sure that, oh yeah, we need to make sure we got some funds for that Zoom account or for the website. And then, hey, there's a new training that we need because I can see that our people are struggling a little bit with audio balancing and sound engineering and all this other stuff like that. But then at the same time, like, hey, our computers are horrible. They're running slow. It takes 5 minutes for them to boot up. We might want to invest in an upgrade. Or, hey, our internet went out, and how are we going to live stream? Maybe we should have a hotspot. Things like that. So I don't want to go too detailed and telling you how much money you need to put in this and that, because you know your ministry. I don't. I know what mine is, and I focus on that. So I don't want to get into the exact details of I should ask for this much money and per year and stuff like that. I mean, I could never answer that question. I hope this gives you a good stance on where to go in the direction, and at least give you, point you in the right direction. That's what I'm pretty much trying to say when you're developing your budget for your media ministry, because you do need one. So I hope that helps, folks. If you like this type of content, I appreciate a like, consider subscribing, and hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. And I would like to thank the patrons for making this video possible. Their names are on the screen right now. And you too can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, or you can become a YouTube member by clicking the join button below, right below this video, where the perks start at $4.99, and there are different perks for the different platforms. But either platform that you pick, I'm thankful and appreciative of that, because you are helping us train media ministries all over the world. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ, and we will see you on the next video. Later. Alrighty. Yeah. I was like, man, I wrote that? That was kind of good. I need to revisit some of the videos as well, too. And, man, God, thank you. Because, I mean, I didn't come up with that stuff like that. I'm not that smart. But that's kind of awesome. So let's see who we got still hanging in there. It looks like we got 33 people still hanging in there. Thank you so much, folks, man. So if we have any other folks in time zones, man, go ahead and share this out. We're here to answer some questions. Ooh, excuse me. And that's what keeps the blood flowing, keeps us moving. And I don't want to be too comfortable. I'm glad this doesn't recline, because if it does, boy, I'd be out right now. Woo! Man, y'all, I mean, I'm just real talk. You know how honest I want to be. Like, hey, look, we did this, man. We're 8 hours shy, man. We did it. Yay, we did this far. This is more than what we've ever done before. We've done what? That's 2. My math is off right now. We go to 16. We've done 8 times more than what we normally would stream. And I wanna be like, hey, yay. But like I said, we gotta keep pushing. Let me see some of the comments that people has posted. Anonymous, John 13:35. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, and if ye have love one another. Awesome. Elizabeth Garber. We got another anonymous. Thanks for all that you have to help advance the God's kingdom. Thank you. DeAndrea Love, God bless you. I discovered your channel in November, and it has definitely been a blessing. Awesome. Scott, have another anonymous. greetings from Canada. That's Thomas Smith. Kurt, thanks for everything you do. I think I read that one. So I mean, really honored, man. This is really cool. All the stuff that we got here. No matter what we do, we've reached a lot of stuff. So really awesome. Let's see what we got in here. Shane, yeah, 15 hours. Yes, sir. Yeah, we've been rolling. I mean, we're up on pure excitement. Bert said, I got OBS working. Thanks for all you do. You're amazing. Love, love, love your channel. Thank you so much. Man, I'd love some sleep. Now, real talk, folks. I mean, how would y'all feel if we cut out early? What would y'all think? No, AJ, you finish strong. Finish strong. Finish strong. Come on. Let's go. Let's see what else we got. Really excited. Let me start looking through some other people's channels and let's see what we can learn from that. So let's go to Good Shepherd. They get hit for a lot of cornball stuff. Let's see what's going on. Bert was saying bring back the Navy days. Man, hurry up and wait. Hated it. All right, so we're at Good Shepherd. Let's look at that content. That was a stream from the beginning of the year. What did they get hit for? The Shepherd song. How did you get rejected when... See, some of the stuff is just like horrible. What it's getting claimed for. Let's see what this is. Copyright strike is for. God is... Really? Y'all are claiming that? Like, stuff like this. Like, I ain't trying to be mean, man. Some of the stuff don't sound nowhere close, and you're claiming... I don't understand how anybody legitimately who's writing a song for church is claiming the use of the song... man, I don't just... He said, as long as the stream is going, take a nap. Nah, if I go to sleep, I'm gonna be out. Yeah, stuff like this. This is one of those things, man. You gotta actively look at your channel and see stuff like this. Like, stuff like this is just, Mary, did you know? Happy birthday, Jesus. Do you hear what I hear? Are you serious? Like, but who is claiming that? Like, this is not showing compensation claim. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, let's see. Bro, it can be a 24-hour live stream with rotations. Let somebody hold up your arms. Hey, I don't mind that. I just don't think I had anything set up in place to actually do that this time around. I know I had a lot of people ask, but I mean, I had been so busy, so that is my fault that I didn't have some stuff set in place. I'm here. I am wide awake. It's like I'm physically awake, but I think I'm mentally exhausted that I will probably go to sleep. But we're gonna force to, man. I have to keep, like, see, answering a whole bunch of questions and stuff like that. That's what keeps me flowing. It's like when we had this low moments, that's where I started to get tired. Because I got more time to just sit here and think and then all that other good stuff. So let's see. Let's look at the analytics of the channel here. Let's see what we got going on. So let's go back to what I was talking about here. V&H photo. Let's play with some what ifs and some wishes. Let's look at some professional cameras and let's look at some studio cameras. Let's see. So that's the Blackmagic. Is that the 12? That's the higher end version. That's the what? This is the plus that I have right here that's behind me. Man, the JVC, they're doing 11,000. Lord. Ooh, that's the 4K version. But the only issue I have with this, it's back over anyway. The issue I have with that is like there's no autofocus. There's no autofocus on any of the Blackmagic cameras. I don't know why they don't have something like that. Boy, you got one of them, and that's without the lens. Let somebody drop that. We could have a problem. Do some channel reviews. Might look at that. Said, what was your prep for this? What is this prep that you're talking about? It was like made a decision. We'll figure it out. Honestly. So David actually recently asked me just that about maybe an hour ago. The only thing we didn't include Ecamm. I can't really add that much because I haven't played around with Ecamm to really answer that. Well, I know I said I wanted to review some stuff. I asked some people to email me because I know I have the link so it doesn't show stuff. But I mean, we can. I also want to be mindful that unfortunately with some of the stuff, sleep all day and the day before. No, that was the plan, but I ended up getting pulled into a bunch of stuff. I didn't go to sleep until I went to sleep at 9 o'clock yesterday, Thursday night, 9 p.m. But I woke up at 3, and then I forced myself to stay in bed, but ended up getting up at 7, and forced myself to stay in bed again, and then woke up at 8. And at that point, I'm like, I just need to get up. Let's see, importance. Don't see. Much on some of this. Cameras you use for 60 to 80 foot distance, PTZ or other. That's mainly depending on how much manpower you got. If you don't have a lot of manpower, at that distance, I would use a 30x PTZ for that. If you have somebody standard, then you can use whatever type of camera you want with the appropriate lens to cover that distance. Brian, in the past, you mentioned a goal to investigate sanctuary lighting options. Any progress? Yeah, that's what I was saying, that we're going to be starting to look into that, starting to do research on, do some lighting, what's the controls. A lot of people have talking about Freestyler DMX controller, which is a free software that can control lighting. Want to play around with that. Mainly, when I normally do some stuff like that, it's either, man, that joint just hit me. Just like that joint was like, man, I'm gonna have to stand up here in a little bit. Oh, Let's switch over to the PTZ. All right, in the past you mentioned oh yeah, I just mentioned that. So normally when I do stuff like that, it would be that I would get a camera and I'd actually test it and set it up in here and play around. Yeah. All right, so back to Bert's question. He said if it's just you, I would do it definitely a PTZ to make it easier and everything like that. Man, I need to get my jump rope. So I'm sitting here like. Oh man, y'all are seeing my descent into I was gonna say descent into insanity with a lack of sleep, dementia, not dementia, but you know, hallucinating because of sleep. So I mean, I'm actually fine, which is the strange thing, but maybe I just need to play a bunch of videos and see that y'all can see that I'm not asleep. Maybe something like that for right now. Because I would say in the next 4 hours, it's going to start picking back up because people are starting to wake up in different time zones, especially starting in the East Coast. We got exactly 4 hours, and then we're going to be about like 8 o'clock. So some more people will be here. So, my lower back. Need to stretch. But, yeah, again, I mean, no words cannot express how thankful I am for all of y'all doing this because y'all didn't have to do this. Some of y'all don't. I mean, most of y'all don't know me from Adam, and just really honored and first that you trusted to listen to stuff I say, and you even attempted to do some of the stuff that I talked about. So I'm really thankful about that, and I'm just thankful for the opportunity to meet some of y'all. And I say this over and over again: it's not bragging, it's honor. The fact that if I was still sitting in my cubicle, I would have never had a chance to meet any of y'all, hear from y'all, help y'all, grown me, go down a path that God has guided me on. So I'm really thankful about that. Never would have had a bunch of these opportunities, so I'm really thankful about the whole thing. Let me turn this light off. Awesome, and all my lights. They changed. I don't know, Stream Deck did some type of update, so all of my mappings and codes for the buttons are off now. So, can't even switch this back now. My lighting is stuck. Controls on here. Can't even turn the lights off. My controls are stuck. Sorry about that. Gotta kill the Elgato lighting control. Task manager's not opening up. So let's see if I can open it now. There we go. Yay. Oh, I had to go through all of that. Said delusions. Delusions of grandeur. See, deprecation is no joke. Yeah, thankfully it's not to that point. If I did that, I would stop completely from that. Lighting at our church uses DMX and multiplex and a 48 channel lighting board. See, all of that, I'm unfamiliar with any of that. But that's things that I know I want to get into. Just the nature of stuff. Like when I started this before, I wasn't doing sound, but we've gotten into that because necessity has happened. And we've got to the point where a lot of people, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of humbling that more people will be like, hey, you're multiple states away. We'll pay for you to come because, you're more, it's more cost effective for me to come from multiple states down than what some local companies are charging. That's crazy. But that such is the nature of how stuff is. And I'm looking at some of this. A Sony HDC P1 multi-purpose camera without the lens that only shoots at 1080p is going for $30,000. Wow. No. So we still got 33 people on here. Thank you so much. Oh, I need to crack my back. Yes, I'm really excited. What's the next thing? The main focus for me is to make sure that we also have some more competent people in the media ministry so that I don't need to be around. The main goal for me is to get to a point where no one can tell that I'm not there. I want it to be no matter who's back there, it's uniform, it's quality. We're not doing something so off, so worse, or so great that it's obvious who is not there. So, who's saying it comes with an operator? Hold on, let's see. Does that come with an operator? Man, I wish it did. Y'all can't see the camera. Let me show you what actually it is. And I need to adjust my camera. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. Oops. Wrong one. Yeah, so that right there is the camera. Like, I'm wondering, what in the world? See, look at that. And it only goes to $59.94, 1080p, 1080i, 720p. That's it. Are you serious? And it's only SDI out? Is it even SDI out? I mean, I might be missing something. Maybe this joint is a bomb camera. I don't know. But at that price, man, you looking at getting like a red camera for something like that. So, no thank you. No thank you. So, 16 minutes. All right. We're going to take a walk around the house. And now that I think about it, I think I was washing clothes and I never put anything in the dryer. So what we're going to do, folks, is I'm going to put on another video here. And we will be... It's only the one and only. All right, let's put something on here. And let's find some of my older videos with the... That's 10 minutes. Goal setting, media ministry goal setting. Yeah, let's go with this one. And we will be back. I'm going to take a walk. A GPS is pointless without a destination set. Left turns, right turns, U-turns. How would we know where we're going if we have no destination set? How long would it take you to get there? Or how much progress have we even made? The same goes with goal setting. Without goals, how do you know if what you're doing is effective or just a big waste of time? In this video, I will walk through setting short-term, long-term, and astronomical goals for your media ministry so that we can set the destination as well as mile markers so that we can track the progress of these goals for your media ministry. So let's go. Hey folks, AJ the CEO here. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, thanks for stopping by. And on this channel, we focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you like what we're doing here and you want some extra perks and benefits, consider becoming a patron or a YouTube member by clicking one of the links down below. So after accomplishing some things, mainly at my ministry with the laser projectors that I tag up here. These were goals that I set out 7 years ago. So all of these goals have been finished. So even here in my local media ministry, it's time for me to do some goals second time around, because why are we moving forward and what are we doing? Where's the progress? Just like I said in the intro. So I want to go through some of the things that go through my mind when setting goals and hopefully help y'all. And if you like this type of content, let me know below, because what I want to do is I have a template, ain't nothing but a spreadsheet, but it's a template down below where we're going to be going through, and that's what I'm going to be using to fill this out. And if you like this, I would like to actually do this as a live stream and an interactive live stream that either we can have here on YouTube or maybe have it on a Zoom or something like that, and we go through as a community setting up goals. If you like that idea, let me know down below. And if we get to, I don't know, say 100 likes in this video or something like that, we'll set that up. All right. So number one, we always talk about every ministry should have goals. In general, you should, because again, like we said before, how do you know you've become successful at anything if you've never set any type of goal in any way, shape, or form? So we broke those down into short-term, long-term, and astronomical. Now, you can be as granular with these as possible. So there are many phases that you can break down in there. I leave that up to your discretion. For me, I have goals in my short-term considered 1 to 6 months and 6 to 12 months, 1 year. That's what I consider a short-term goal. Long-term goals can be broken down again of 2 to 5 years or 5 to 10 years, whatever. And then how I term astronomical goals are the ones that anybody in their right mind can tell you every reason why it's impossible for that to happen. But again, it says write the vision, make it plain. It didn't say write the vision and come up with a plan on how to accomplish the vision. It says just write the vision. So I say astronomical that right now it seems impossible or you don't know how it can be done. Just like when I did my goals originally, I put down laser projectors, and at the time, around 7 to 9 years ago, those projectors were $10,000 each. I didn't know how that was going to be accomplished, but that's something as a goal I would love to have accomplished in the media ministry. And hey, we have new projectors, those laser projectors that have came down in price. So don't be afraid to shoot for the stars when it comes to those astronomical stuff. Let's start with some short-term goals, all right? So for me, short-term goals are just things that are kind of like low-hanging fruit. So for example, for me, it could be, okay, we want to upgrade this computer. We want to add some more memory. We want to recruit 2 new volunteers. We want to update our website. We want to increase the amount of subscribers on our channel. We want to do video announcements. We want to tighten up, start video editing our service. I mean, anything like that. Again, it's not about having a particular goal. It's about having goals. All right. So let me open up a piece of paper here, and I'm going to type here what I would think would be goals for me. So again, short-term goals, like I said, I term those between 1 to 6 months, and then 6 months to 12 months for my short-term goals. All right. So again, for me, a short-term goal would be, say I want to hit 500 subscribers. Well, no, I would say I want to hit 200 subscribers for my church's channel, because I think we're right at 179. That's not a big thing to ask, because you never know. For us, it's probably people in our congregation that just never subscribed to our own channel, and you'll be very much surprised how fast you can actually hit that if you have a lot of people in your congregation who have not subscribed. So that's why I consider that a short-term goal. Say another one is train 2 volunteers, and that's any age, youth or whatever. And I don't know, update the website and weekly video announcements. Something like that. Something simple. And I guess y'all can't see what I'm typing, so maybe I should show this on the screen here. All right. So, like I said, this is the 1 to 6 month that I have here. All right, and we fit that right in line with that. So I guess I need to make that bigger so all y'all can see that. All right, so I'll have these as my goals for right now. That's my 6 months. So these are just a couple of things. 200 subscribers, 200 YouTube subscribers. All right, train 2 new volunteers, update the website. This could be just adding more content to it if you haven't been religiously doing that. Or for me, I want to completely redesign the website. That's my goal for that. And then get back to doing weekly video announcements. That's simple, because a lot of this stuff we've already done. And again, I consider this low-hanging fruit. So hopefully you got an idea about that. And then, I actually have the wrong amount of months in here. So I'll say this is 12. Now we have 6 to 12 months. What do I think about something like this? This would be something like, okay, upgrade computers in chapel, train. We'll have all meetings in Zoom. All meetings at church available on Zoom. Oh, I guess I need to turn all my lights on. There we go. So let's see. What other questions that we got? Bobby got a question. Do you know of a way to have a bell or alarm put inside our classroom to help keep our Sunday School class on time? I mean, honestly, I would probably just use a smart, like a GOOGLE smart speaker, and they were all on the network, and you can do a broadcast and you can set an alarm that way. That would be the easiest thing that I would do. I do the same thing with my daughter. I set an alarm to wake her up that way. That could be uniform, because if they're all linked, you can do an announcement and they'll push to everybody. Bert would like to know my first video. Well, why not we take a look at it and let's see. Let's go to the YouTubes. And we're going to go here behind the scenes. And let's go to our date. The very first video is I have Champion by Darwin Hobbs. me trying to play that. There's a copyright. It's any Darwin Hobbs music does that, which is crazy. So that was done in April 4th, 2012. I'm gonna have it muted because I would still get hit for anything with that. Hey folks, ain't posted nothing in a minute, so trying to do this as well for just to get back in the swing of things, as well as get ready for choir rehearsal on this Sunday. This is my house. I miss my house. Thanks again. I can't even remember the guy's name, but helped me out with a couple of chords on YouTube for the song. And again, it's Darwin Hobbs Champion. So hope you like it. This is when I was new and didn't know that you could not play tracks that you did not own or anything like that. That was my very first video. Then the next video after that was a test of the Canon Vixias when we were adding that to Antioch, and we were slowly adding the design of stuff. So that's when I was bouncing between the different cameras as well too. I missed that sweater. Where's that sweater at? I can't remember what happened with it. But yeah, so that was the test of the new camera, the Canon G20s, before we started adding everything. What's the next thing? I started doing Sound of Praise, so I can play this one. I love this song. All my sound is coming through the right channel. I didn't know that till after the fact. Sound that is pleasing to his ear, the sound of praises lifted into the atmosphere. Every time you lift your voice, you need to know Jesus loves to hear the sound of praise. Ba-boom, boom. Jesus loves to hear the sound of praise. A flat, I think, started playing this out the full way I would do. All right, so that's enough of that. So, other question was, what is the status of Brian wants to know the status of the second book. So, let me actually just show you. Modern media ministry made easy is now necessary. So we've got a bunch of stuff, and I think just the nature of how everything has changed, it's made me want to add a lot more. I was actually using voice dictation to try and write down a lot more stuff to go through this. So it's been, unfortunately, I've dragged it out for so long trying to finish this stuff up. So some of this stuff because of COVID and everything like that has made this change, and the technology has changed in this short period of time. So some of the chapters I have not even written out a church directory, effectively communicating to your congregation. So that's what some of y'all have asked, how to minister to people online. That was a chapter we're going to write out. Ministry SOP, standard operating procedures. We kind of talked about that, the mindset, in a couple of videos recently. Getting organized is a part one of that. Effectively using most social media and stop spamming people. Really need to get into that. Establish online giving. We kind of done videos about that. Picking a live streaming system, live streaming from your church building, live streaming from other locations, designing a purposeful video system. That's why a lot of that breakdown is the mindset of what I'm talking about. What's the flow, your workflow, designing that, and really thinking through what are people in the sanctuary going to see? What are people outside of the sanctuary going to see but still on church grounds? What are people going to see that are at home? And also now with the phone live streaming, what are contingencies you have in place for people who need to listen, who are not in the sanctuary, but they're not tech savvy? Offer your service over a conference call number. Boom, there it goes. So this is going to be changed and recommend like services for like phone live streaming. And again, so much stuff has been changing. Teaching and preaching without an audience, how ministers need to be comfortable. I heard so many ministers saying they can't preach unless they have an audience. And I'm just like, again, I haven't preached, but it's like, why? Why are you doing that? And really want to push to ask that. Online interactive Bible study, developing an online broadcast. You notice I said not an online live stream of your service, developing an online broadcast, the mindset of that. Creating online content other than a church service, creating generational specific content, generational synergy. That's a steal in my interpretation of Elder J. Kyle's book, Church Emergency, in creating intergenerational synergy, succession planning, supporters. And these are all the people who have pre-ordered the book that I still, like I said, honored this, and we're going to push through with that. So we got a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing here. Need to do that as well, too. Good morning. Still strong, going strong, I see. Hey, we rolling as best as we can, man. I'm moving around, getting stuff, and I just noticed we're under 8 hours, so that's cool. Two-thirds of the way down. Norm, hey, what is going on? Have someone with a pan and spoon go to the class and use a spoon and bang on the pan. Very old school. Yeah. Or the bell that you would have at a counter. I remember in Sunday school, people used to just hit that, and the doors were always open, so you can actually hear that ringing through the halls in the church. That's funny. Man, what if that? I would love to have a video just acting like doing old school stuff that we grew up in and experienced in church in a modern day, just to see how people will respond to that. That would be funny. Like, instead of having Pro Presenter, Easy Worship, Open LP, Media Shout, whatever program that you're using, Presenter, to broadcast everything, you would have at least for me, you would have the plaque on the wall that just says hymns, and then the numbers are on there. How many of y'all had that? All right, so let's see. Where are we at? All right, not a lot of movement on the online giving, which is fine. We're just going to keep rolling. I'm waiting for VMix Social to update. There we go. Have you considered releasing the book and having a customer password protect section on your site for addendums? No, I haven't really thought about that. Um, book number 3, I think I will. I really need to sit down and just kind of like when I did it with OBS bundle version 2. I just sat down and I just refused to get up until I finished it. So I might have to do something like that. Thankfully and unfortunately, now we have a lot of stuff. So it's very rare that I can sit down and I don't get a bunch of emails and calls and stuff like that. And for me, I have to answer them. Like I was telling Renata, my girlfriend, that she was like, "Why do you respond to them?" Because it's like, at least for me, I don't do the you text me and it takes me a while to respond back unless I really just forget it and I'm just so busy I forgot. Most of the time, just like with projects, I try and knock them out and just get them done so that I don't have them drag on longer than they need to be. So like with me, I'm having, I got all, actually, let me show you that. I think I have, did I move all that content over? I was doing recording of the work doing with the transition home of running the wires there. I'm not sure if I actually have all of that. Yeah, I might have to do a bunch of research digging to get that one. Huh. Yeah, I gotta. So that's not gonna be straightforward. So I gotta do a lot of research to get that one. I thought I did. I think I showed this picture before, but let me. Nah, I'll show that one later. Let's see what we got as well too. Philip, any suggestions for mics of capturing congregation singing and interaction? Yes, I actually have one for that. So, what I used for our church in that same type of scenario, that is the Audio Technica. Um, this is the one I actually have on our pulpit, on the balcony, aiming down at the church. And this is one that I have that right now we're not using because I don't have a separate mix for the live stream. If I could balance out all the loudness that's going on in the sanctuary, I could concentrate on having a separate mix directly for the live stream, and then I can engage this mic just so I can get some audience participation and stuff like that. But that's what I'm using in that. Let's cut back over here, Richard. Or the laminated projector. I forgot the name of them. The laminated projector. I missed that first part. Oh yeah, the laminated projector. I was saying, did y'all remember the old school stuff that I would love? Oh, I love that as well. The projector, you pull out that and somebody's going to the next thing, put it on the screen, and the thing's so small you can't slide it but so big because then it would get drowned out. You also had to turn the lights off so people could see it. Philip, +1 for the hymn numbers. Then the transparencies and overhead project. Man, I'm telling you, that would be if you had some people come into church and it just went completely old school. Now you want to talk real old school. Now, at some of the churches they didn't have. I remember, faintly remember when we didn't have heat in some of the churches. Now, imagine not having air conditioning. You had fans, but it never got as hot as it is now. To where it'll be hot, but you can still go outside. I remember in the summer, I can run around and you didn't feel like you were cooking when you went outside, like you were being physically cooked. So a lot of people said the transparencies, yeah, that's classic. That's classic. Now my personal opinion from what I saw is you want to have something to where it's kind of out of the way. So you don't want the mic pointing directly at the speakers so that they're going to have direct sound. You want to be able to catch other people. So mine is really high up, and where it is, it's actually level with the exact same place as the speakers. And I don't know if I have a picture of the church to show you. Let me see. Let me see. That's a side. Do I have it in the shot? No, I don't. All right. So this is as close as I can show you as a shot of here. So let's go. So inside of here, the shotgun is right there. So it's right above, it's up and out of the way of everything. But we can still actually use that. And I think that's Renata right there. Because I walked behind it, took a one thing I was noticing it right there. So let me see. Do I have a wider shot? All right, good. This is actually perfect. I did a roundabout shot here. Here from the church. So from in this situation, and oops, well, this works too. So you see the shotgun is right here. We have a speaker right here. We got one on the floor, two right here aimed up for the pulpit, and then another one on the side of the wall. So it's not going to really get a lot of bleed in from people talking or from the speakers because I'm right beside those. And these are so far away, so I'm not going to get this. So it's a shotgun. It's trying to capture audio directly in front. So when I have it like here, ideally, I would like to have another one that's maybe right here. So it would capture this side and then another one this side. That's my little girl right there. For New Year's Eve. Pretty little girl. I love you, Yanni. So I'll have it right there. Now, the issue with this is because of all the speakers now, the amp for the bass, there's one for the keyboard, then there's another one for the organ. That makes this horrible. But again, the good thing should be if everybody is singing and the band is going, I would not use this because it would just be horrible. Now, if this is like we're in Bible study and people are talking, then that would be good. So we're talking about old type. Oh, you talking about need some reel to reel projectors? Back to Philip. What else we got? We still don't have heat. Oh wow. Yeah, that I mean, so what you're in UK right now, what's the temperature? What you got right now? Because if I look, it's 412 right now, and it's 38 degrees outside right now. Boy, I want to take a nap so bad, but we in the home stretch, folks. We is in the home stretch. All right, so that's going on. I really don't understand. This is the most fluctuations that I've seen in YouTube during a stream, which is crazy. So we have the DVR enabled, so it can actually rewind and go back. We have 106 likes. Awesome. Yeah, I'm just really excited about this. This was a stretch, and I'm glad I pushed to do something. I mean, a part of me is regretting some of it right now because I'm tired. But I mean, it's awesome to see what you're capable of by trying something new. Yeah. So let's take this down. And I mean, again, let me know what else y'all want. We did a complete edit of a video. People have already watched that. I didn't share that anywhere, so I guess I need to do that as well. Let me show you what I do with that. Um, and it's out of habit. You don't necessarily have to do that, but that's just what I do. So let's come over here. And we're going to share this. So typically I would come over here. Hey, folks. So I like my own video. And we're going to go to, well, let me make sure I didn't actually do this already. So we're going to go here. All right, so we didn't do it, so that's good. So typically I use Buffer, which is going to go to Twitter and the Facebook page, AJaytheCEO. I picked the thumbnail, share that now. So I refresh that. Let's refresh that. Oh, now it finally went through. All right, so there we go. That's one. Then we're going to do share, Facebook, Facebook, Facebook. Some of these don't really matter, but it's out of habit. I remember learning this from Sean Cannell. This is more of engagement. I don't know how applicable that is right now, so I still, out of habit, do it. I posted on Blogger. This is an old blogger that I made, and again, it's just an engagement on Reddit, on my own subreddit there, on Pinterest, on Tumblr. I do it on my personal Facebook page. I do it on our media group page, Modern Media Ministry Made Easy. I do it on my business page. And oh yeah, excuse me. So that's why I do out of habit and rinse and repeat on those. So let's see. I saw some comments here. Did I close my chat? I think I closed my chat by mistake. Yeah, for sure did. Norm. I remember when I was a kid, a couple of times we had a bat fly around the sanctuary during the service, and dead bats caught in the deep lighting fixtures hanging from the really high ceilings. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Second part of that. And the little half box wooden speakers on the side walls. Or better yet, the sound system being in the podium. Still have a bunch of churches that do that, where they just flip it on and that's it. No one adjusts anything. You just got somebody being loud or soft, and that's it. But yeah, and this is I'm excited. But we are officially getting tired now. What I should probably do is about time for me to take my meds for the day. So what I'm going to do is we're going to continue the video that I had with ministry goals, and we will be back. I'm going to take my meds and we'll be back. What else? I would say, maybe add new camera, something like that. And I guess I need to be more specific and talk about mine as well, too. So upgrade the chapel. Well, no, I would say, yeah, that's right. Add PTZ camera in chapel. So that'll be legit because that's exactly something that I want to try and accomplish. And then for me, I would probably say that's it. So again, 6 months to 12 is not like it would be very taxing monetarily, but again, I'm doing this based off of where I'm at. So I think that's good. All right, now for 2 to 5 years, and you can break this down. This is more what I would consider long term, 2 to 5, maybe 5 to 10. For me, I would say projector in chapel, video studio, in the church. What else? What else could we do? Yeah, this is where you gotta really take the cap off there of thinking. Upgrade sound system. So I would want to completely gut everything, get rid of the amps, everything on our stage, personal mixers, all this other stuff, go to a truly digital board, something like that. And and then also upgrade the security cameras. Now, I know that's not necessarily media for us. It's kind of bled in. So that's what I would do, something like that. All right. Now, I guess the main thing is I'm showing what I'm doing, hopefully to give you some ideas for your media ministry. So it doesn't always have to be hardware. It could be mindset. The other thing I would also say is for a 12-month, I would also, and actually, let me add this a short-term one as well. Add social media I would say add social media acknowledgments to our lingo. So when anybody is in the pulpit talking about anything, to actually acknowledge people on social media, on the live stream, and something like that. And then I would take that same thing and enhance that as well too. Social media team. I'll say, develop a dedicated social media team. So stuff like that. All right. Now, do I think that's difficult to achieve? No. But the fact is, it's something written down and everybody sees it. So now, especially from a church meeting, I can present this and say, these are our goals. So now everybody can see clearly what our goals are. So now when they're seeing the activities that we're doing, the requests that we're putting in, everybody knows, okay, I can correlate what they just asked for into this. Oh, wait a minute, he's asking for funds, or the media ministry is asking for funds for another template or something like that from Envato or something like that. They'll know, wait a minute, they did say that they want to start doing weekly announcements, so maybe that's going to that. Maybe that's going to the website. Maybe that's going to social media. It could be anything. At least they can form the bridge of, instead of you just requesting something, they can see the end goal of where you're targeting for. You set the destination, all right? So that's pretty much it. But now, when we talk about out there astronomical goals, this is where you need to take the limits off. And you're not looking at how much it costs. This is just something, if money wasn't an object, if staff was not an object, if opposition wasn't an issue in any way, shape, or form, what would you go for? So for me, I would say, even though we just did these, I would say for me, remove projectors and replace with digital walls. this one is kind of out there, is add Starlink internet as backup, solar panels on roof for so I'll say for redundant media booth power, and I may have spelled that wrong. So let's say what else. So I already talked about having a video studio there. I'll say, I don't know, upgrade. So we're back, folks. You see I got me a blanket here, so Philip Paul back in the house. Question, is there a way to connect the laptop screen to the desktop, a laptop screen to the desktop via USB? The presentation laptop is outside of the streaming booth. What do you mean by USB cable? So, no. Meaning that you want like a USB, like to connect it to a computer like it's a printer? To my knowledge, no. There's no way I know of doing that. My tongue is bothering me. What they call it, a geographic tongue. I think that's what my dentist said. I have cracks on my tongue, so spices and stuff like that get in there and irritate my tongue. Anyway, Bert was saying back in the day, I was up for 3 days Navy testing. Man, that was like boot camp, keeping up for 3 days, and they kept yelling at you to fall asleep, not to fall asleep. Thank y'all. Everybody's like, stay strong, you can do this, man. Yeah, we got 7.5 hours, man. This 30 minutes went by so slow. So I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be jumping back in. We're just going to go back and play. I'm here, so I'm actually going to keep the video up, and I would just do a picture-in-picture. So we'll do back to our super source here, and I'm going to let this go. All a video gear to 8K. You know, the idea is don't sabotage yourself. Just put something out there because you never know. We always say, other statements you might have heard, aim for the stars and hit the moon as a consequence. If you set saying, hey, I want to change everything to 8K, but you don't hit it, but you are actually upgrade everything to 4K. Are you that mad? At least you've made progress. Again, we made it to Florida. We wanted to go to Disney World, but at least we're here in Florida. We can just change a little bit, a little direction to get there. We're close compared to, hey, we're just out here completely. You know, so some of y'all could have goals of saying, hey, we want to get away from the tape ministry. We want to get away from CDs. We want to get away from MP3s. We want to go to a podcast. I mean, you can make whatever level you want. The whole thing is I'm sharing kind of my process for my goals for my media ministry for the next up to 5 years, or as long as I still have the tenure of being president of the media ministry. But the idea is set some form of goals for your media ministry. Again, we talked about short-term goals. That's 1 month to 12 months, and you can break that down again if you want. Then you have long-term, 2 to 5 years, or maybe longer, and then don't neglect having those astronomical goals. You know, it sounds like, oh, what's the point of me writing it down if it's never going to happen? You don't know that. The idea is at least to get creativity going, because again, when we put those laser projectors, they were $10,000. Now they're $2,000. So they were within reason, and our original projectors died. So the situation evolved to where it made it possible for what we currently thought was astronomical and was unreachable now it became reachable. So hopefully that helps. And like I said, if you want to do a breakdown with this where we're doing this together as a community in a live stream and we're going back and forth, kind of an interaction, please let me know down below. I'll be more than happy to try and set something up like that. And plus, again, me working with y'all and seeing what y'all goals are give me some excitement and some ideas of things that I haven't thought about that I could use as some of the goals for my ministry. And that's how we do it. We work together and we push one another as iron sharpeneth iron, something like that, you know? So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions at all about this. The idea is set some goals for your ministry so that way you're knowing where you're going. And it's not just your ministry. I do the same thing for my personal life. So I have goals for this channel as well as other things. So I'll probably do that in another video to give y'all an update on what's the goals and where we're going here with this channel. Sorry. So if you like this type of content, I appreciate a like, consider subscribing and hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. I want to thank the patrons and the YouTube members for making this video possible. Their names on the screen right now, and you too can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, or you can become a YouTube member by clicking the join button down below. No matter which way you pick, folks, you are helping us train and transform media ministries all over the world. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. We'll see you on the next video. Later. All right, let's see. What's going on, Brian? You said put on. See, it's funny you said that. Hold on. I haven't seen it yet. Might try and watch it if I wake up. Well, when I wake up later today. Need to go ahead and put this on my account. From my digital stuff. I used to collect a whole bunch of Blu-rays until stuff got stolen, and then I still got a bunch of them, but I don't know if somebody threw them away or not. So let's add this to my account real quick. I want to see how y'all talking about me. How are y'all holding up? So I'm just wondering, some of y'all who've been around here, where do y'all think y'all would be if we were, I had a bunch of y'all running this at the same time with me? So trying to get into my account here. All right, so yay, those are my movies. Say something about my movies. Yay. All right, so it's been redeemed. So now, let's see what else is on my account now that I've got the code in and all this other stuff. So we got in-game, there we go, under your account. The Batman, Morbius. I actually thought that was good. I still haven't watched the Resident Evil one yet. This was just weird. It was okay. It was just weird. The Matrix Resurrections. Haven't seen Us. I can't remember watching Mallrats. That's been a long time. So obviously, you know, I have a little girl, so she loves all of these. That's where all of these from. I actually like The Incredibles. She really liked Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Can't wait for the second one. Ready Player One was a great movie as well too. Black Panther. Can't wait for Wakanda Forever for me to get that as well too. Geostorm. I haven't watched it in a while. I thought that was good. Eh, bleh. Um, the Snyder Cut was better, but still it was weird. I still haven't seen Deadpool 2. Um, it's been a while since I watched Deadpool. Zootopia I thought was really good. Moana, that was my little girl. She loved that. Les Mis. Do you hear the people singing the songs of every man? It is music of the people who will not be slaves again. To the beating of my heart. I love Les Mis. Love musicals. Lord of the Rings, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Sucker Punch. I don't remember watching that all the way through. I don't recall it. I might watch that again. Loved Inception. Terminator Salvation. Bleh. Wanted. That was good. Max Payne. People say they didn't like that. I like that. I like The Day the Earth Stood Still. I like the original as well too, which I had never seen. Bad effects and all, but it was really cool. So we got a bunch of stuff in there. Alrighty. Take it back. Stream it on Prime free. I probably had it. I mean, I do have Prime, but it's like, I'm still kind of old fashioned. I like to have some of these as well too. Let's see what else. Creative is still here. Well, thank you, Vaughn. Let's go. Good morning, sir. About to start work. Hopefully, I'll be able to stick with you throughout the day. Man, I'm about to take an L real quick. Like I said, I got this. I have a Zoom consultation at 12:30. Right after that, hopefully they join early. I can get that knocked out, and then oh, I forgot. I got to go to move my joystick and set that over at my sister and brother-in-law's church so they can use the PTZ camera for right now. Oh well. What else? Questions, Bert. Question: I have the Mini Pro. Should I move to the Extreme? HDMI or SDI? Our Sanctuary is roughly. Well, the HDMI and SDI is going to be mainly dependent on what your cameras are. If you want to have it transition, if you're already using the Mini Pro, if you're not using any converters, I would just go with the Mini Extreme. The distance really doesn't have much to do with it unless your cameras are really far away. But if everything is already connected to the Mini Pro, just go with the Extreme, and then that's a lateral move. It opens up having an output directly to if you have screens, projectors, or whatever inside the Sanctuary, and then you can have the multi-view at the same time. Oh, by the way, thanks for the OBS bundle, and thanks for showing me how to build a computer for my church. I ended up adding an audio interface because, frankly, I have no clue, just learning. Hey, you are welcome. Hey, I think it empowers you when you said it as well. Brian, yeah, I actually have not watched Tenet. I want to check that out. I heard that's kind of like the spiritual successor to Inception. I've seen it a couple of times, and just when I had Netflix and stuff, I just never sat down and watched it. I have to be in the right mood to sit and watch a movie as well too. And I'm so disappointed. They really have messed up the DC universe. Marvel is just kicking their butt, but then at the same time, I want to make sure Marvel doesn't go off the rails by going too crazy. So, man, we are 22 minutes. I don't know why I'm counting down to a time. I'm counting down to when the live stream is over. So actually, we're going to end a little bit sooner than the countdown time. But I am excited. All right, let's see if we can find ourselves a church live stream. And let's see what we got going on. Now, this is Josh's church here. Might as well. Let's check this out.
Quick commercial break is over, and now we will start our festivities. Happy anniversary, Tabernacle. Amen. God has brought us 45 years, and it has been nothing but the grace of God. Not one person can do it, but we know that Tabernacle is.
We're going to do double the speed here. Now, I will admit, there was no countdown. It went straight into it. So I don't know if this is an excerpt. It looks like it is because of the amount of time. It's only 34 minutes. Let's look at our chapter, special music, welcome. That's it. Okay, that's a part 1. Let's go here and let's find ourselves another video that we can watch. That's a promo. Year in review. That's cool. So a lot of this is music. Did y'all do a green screen or is that a back? Those are upcoming anyway. That's all music. All right, here's one. Let's see what this looks like.
Set apart for his holy purpose right from birth. His life was to be different from others. In the same manner, we are also called to be children of God, ready to represent ourselves in the best way.
So, if you want me to nitpick, I would say that. So, good that we have lower thirds. You got your website and everything like that.
We are his chosen people. Samson was set apart for his holy purpose right from birth. His life was to be different from others.
That right there, this is one of those things that I personally think about it from somebody watching. If you're watching a TV show, something like this, a video director would immediately cut over to a different camera that's available if somebody is walking, and as well as how do you avoid stuff like that. Plus, push the camera up high enough to where it's not something that's in the way. Again, that's just me nitpicking for the sake of nitpicking.
In the same manner, we are also called to be children of God, ready to represent ourselves in the best way. In a spiritual sense, we must all be Nazarites, consecrated and separated for God's purpose. The Nazarite vow is compared to our baptism, signifying our commitment to God. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17 and 18 says,
So that was a good cut
separate, says the Lord.
that he stepped outside of that area.
I will be a father to you, and you shall be my sons. Daughters, says the Lord Almighty. As Christians, we have a higher calling than the pursuit of happiness. It is the pursuit of holiness, much more important than happiness. God expects us to live a holy life.
Now, if we're talking about the artistry, if how I would enhance this is have some type of tally light so that when you're adjusting to different cameras, they know, like right now, I have a red light on my camera right now, which shows that this is the one that's active right now. That's the one I can focus on. And then if we went to a different camera or something like that, it's not lit up right now. That's when I was standing up. It could do something like that. So, like, let me cut over this. Ooh, that was dusty. I got it back there. So you see right now, nothing is here. But if I pick this one, you see the green is up, meaning that's what I'm getting ready to switch to. So you could have something like that I think that would be really cool to implement so that the engagement. So you're not just talking to everybody in the sanctuary, but you actually can bounce between, just like you, speaker tips when they teach you to talk is to get eye contact with somebody, random people inside of wherever you're speaking to. So you have an engagement and just treat the camera just like it's another person that you're talking to. But again, nitpicking for the sake of nitpicking. So that looks like that was another shot right there. So I don't know if Josh is still on or not. This one is moving around, so I'm wondering what this actually is. It's kind of delayed, so I'm thinking it might be a PTZ, but it's bouncing. So I don't know if it's somebody holding that. I know they have a jib that's on an arm, and that coloring is a little bit different there. So I like the fact that it's going to mention and go to something else. So that's cool. Let's back out and let's see. We also got some other stuff. Ray L, yeah, I intentionally did not leave it because I don't want to introduce a copyright strike without me actually using a copyright claim and stuff like that. So again, my apologies for that. Hey AJ, what quick fundraising tools can you recommend for a media ministry? A local church kind of struggles with investment in media gear because they are undertaking a building project. What other fundraising tools? A bunch of stuff. I would use set some type of merch up account. Again, even though I had an issue with linking it, having problems with linking it with YouTube, and then it just dropped for some odd reason. But you have Teespring, you have Shirt Spread, I think it is. Fourth Wall is another one, and fundraisers. Have all set up an account like that so that all of the designs are done through the media. That if anybody has any shirts or merch or anything, the ministries buy it through the media ministry, and then they get a little kickback back, and that help put money in their pocket. That's one thing I would suggest as well. Or use your media ministry stuff for different events. I always tell people, if you have an issue with your media ministry, if you have a wedding at your church, instead of paying the couple paying $2,700, $3,000 for a videographer, if you already got the cameras, offer to do the same thing and say, hey, look, we're learning. You can. That's what I used to do. Do it for free at first until you got comfortable, and then say, hey, we're not going to do all the fancy stuff. You can have a recording of it, the same stuff you have at service, and we'll charge you $500. And you'll have the recording on a thumb drive before you leave, because you're not doing any editing. So you could do stuff like that. You want to leverage all your technology that you have, not just for your church services, but whatever stuff. You got funerals, you want to make recordings of that, weddings, baby showers, baby dedications, all this other stuff like that. Franklin saying, good morning, everyone. 9:30 in my country. Whew. So again, thank you for stopping by. Man, we're almost in the 6-hour range. All right, so let's try again. Let's find some other stuff. New year, new tech. So that was Monty doing that. Let's look for some other. So we got a bunch of notifications that are coming soon. Let's see. I might have to look. Let's go through channels and let's see, because I don't see anyone right off the top of here. Boston Baptist Church, let's see. Boston Baptist Church, UK. All right, let's see. Teddy Talk? That's interesting. Let's see what that is.
It's cold tonight. Yeah, I may turn blue soon. I'm alright, actually. Well, you are insulated, Sean. The moon is bright tonight. That's not the moon, Clara. It's a star. Potato, potato. No, it's a fact. It's a star, not the moon. Well, it's a fact that you are annoying, Percy. Well, it's a fact that you should be on a dinner plate. No, that was Terry Turkey. Oi, we don't talk about Terry.
We don't talk
Sorry,
about
Donald.
Bruno. Oh.
Shush, you guys. Someone's coming. Who is it? A man and a woman, and they're coming this way. What are you quacking on about? The innkeeper is bringing a man and woman this way.
Interesting. Didn't hold my attention, but not trying to say that that's a mean thing. I guess honestly, me being almost half asleep would contribute to that. Let's see. What is love? What is love?
One of these. Who can tell me what this is? No, Kev, it is not a football. Anybody? A balloon? Absolutely. Yes, we can see it there floating. Any other observations about what this balloon might be? What about its shape? Tell me what this is.
So good, it's going
No,
right
Kev, it
into
is not a
it.
football. Anybody? A balloon? Absolutely. Yes, we can see it there floating. Any other observations about what this balloon might be? What about its shape? Yes? Ruben? Aha.
All right, so let me call this out. This is just, what I would do with this. Now, I can't hear, and we talked about this, and a bunch of people of y'all asked about this. I can't tell what anybody in the sanctuary is saying. So I'm got pulled out right there because I have no idea what Ruben or whoever he's talking to is saying in the sanctuary because there's no type of crowd mic, nobody's handing out a mic. And it's almost kind of like, I'm not saying this to them, my perception is listening to everybody else is almost like exclusive, meaning that, hey, if you want to hear what's going on inside the sanctuary outside of the speaker, oh, you got to be here. If you're not, you're going to miss out. So that pulls me out of what's going on right now. Also, I would like to know who this is. So if I come in here, there's no description. I have no idea who this is talking. If you don't want to do a lower thirds, that's fine. But if I'm really interested in what's being said,
Heart? It is a heart shape, isn't it? And it's got very helpfully those words, or that word.
I don't know who this is. So that's why, like, for me, that's why I do the lower third so people can see if I'm watching here. I've been watching for 40 seconds, and I'm like, okay, this might be interesting, but I have no idea who this is talking. If I go back to your page and I go to About, let's see, it's a local church desire to praise God through worship so that we can grow together in our relationship with Christ. Based in Boston, Lancashire, England, we strive for the church. And this is this, which again, that's fine, but I want to know who is this. So now I'm two layers deep. I'm into your About, then I'm in your link, and you see how much I'm away from your video. And who are we? Leadership. And then I have to assume if I can do a correlation of who that is. And I can't tell who this is. It's like a minister's not in place right now. So I really don't know. So again, this is just one of those things that I'm like, I would like to know. It's like, man, this is interesting. And what if I want to look up some more on this person, but I have no idea who it is. So again, it's not about just being fancy. It's about, hey, we're showing stuff so that we can engage other people in history. So if somebody is preaching and it resonates with them, you never know. The people who are watching might want to be like, hey, I want to get to know more about this person, but I don't even know who this is. All right. So we're just going to be spot checking a couple of things. But again, that's one suggestion I would make to stuff like this. Let's back out. My apologies. What's the next one I see? Christ Church, Orchard Park. I like that design. That's really cool. And doing kind of an overlay in the background. Why Jesus raised? Why did Jesus give us the Bible? Why will Jesus return? I love the questions. So it makes people really want to look into this. So really good use of that. Have you ever asked why? I like that. That's a whole series. I wonder if that's in a playlist. Good. That's in a playlist. So let's check out one of these. Why did Jesus live? Let's check this one out.
Anyway, my name's Pete, and I'm pastor over at Christ Church Riverside.
Really like that. Really short, sweet, right to the point. Let me take this off of 2 times speed. Let me do 1.25.
It's really brilliant to be here, and it's a real privilege to be able to share some of what God would say to people. There are answers to these big questions, and these questions are very important. Now, I've got 4 children, and I asked them, in preparation for this, I asked them a couple of questions. I asked them, would you rather...
First off, the sound is really good as well, too. We already have dynamic camera angles.
Or what would be
I'm
worse is a better way of saying it.
assuming 2
What would be
cameras
worse?
at
Would it be
minimum.
worse to fail an exam in front of all your friends? Or would it be worse to turn up to school and realise you're wearing fancy dress and nobody else is? Which one of those 2 things would be worse? Now, they hated the idea of both of those things. I think the fancy dress just shaded it. And what was almost as bad was the idea of their dad turning up in fancy dress to pick them up. That was even worse. Now, I have failed exams before, and I felt a bit ashamed that I
Right,
failed
so
them.
I'm scanning through here,
Look, he is...
and again, I don't know who this is talking. So let's go here. All right, there we go. A talk given by Christchurch Orchard Park on the 26th of September by Peter. Good. There is a name, so I know who I can research. Not that tags are important, but no tags are on here so far. Not a problem. Let's see. Let's go back to your page, and let's look and find some more about what's going on here. So that was about 2 years ago of making videos. Okay, let's go to your about. We're a local church of North Hall Estate in Orchard Park, UK. We want to help others find out why we believe God is real and relevant, and how we can truly live with real hope in a chaotic and uncertain world. Awesome. Let's go to the website. Let's see. All right, so let's see about us. Let's see who's staff. All right, that's the minister and pastor. And that's a shield from that? Interesting. All right, do we have any more? Who is that was talking? That's good. Again, you want it to be like, if somebody is liking what is being produced, the content, you want to have a way, an easy, as few jumps as possible to get back and find out who is talking, where are you at, all this other good stuff. All right. So good. Let's go back here and do a like on there. Let's go back. Let's see a next one that we got here. Let's see. Oh, man. I'm sorry. Ministries, let's see. Let's look at the most recent one here. This was done 3 hours ago. Let's see.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Good morning. Let me greet your neighbor if you hadn't done so. But if you had, then greet another one. Amen. It is good.
Like
Happy
load
New
those
Year.
graphics. We go back. Let's look at that again.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Good morning. Let me greet your neighbor if you hadn't done so. But if to acknowledge ministers of the gospel.
All righty. There we go. So we know exactly who is Pastor Alex Nicholas. Let's see here in the description. All right, we got access to go right to wherever we don't have to go about. We got our emails. We have ways of giving, information about the service, your mission, your vision. Good. Really like that.
That are our inspiration, and we have learned quite a lot from them. Some of you, when I travel there, I go with you, so the faces may not be new to them, to you. Amen.
Excuse me. Different camera angle.
It's an honor to have you. We've been at Jumbo with you before.
To be part of the work that is going on. We truly celebrate. For me, this represents the
Are
power
those
of vision,
GTD audio
the power
mics?
of vision. Vision begins with a seed. And may God open our eyes so that we can stay with Him.
Very good.
Might be with him. Before you ascend, you be with. Praise the
We
Lord.
got some.
Hallelujah. Because in his
Yeah, we got some movement in there. I think that's from the camera. That's at 1080p. You see the lines on here. So that's more of a frame rate. You might want to crank it up a little bit more. So it's not at 60, so it's probably at 30, and he's just moving faster than the camera's keeping up. That's why you see those lines like that. But I like that. So now let's go to the page. They're doing something right because they got 380 some subscribers. Let's go to about, let's see. It's short for Evangelical Worship Mission. Okay, awesome. We got the vision there as well too in Kenya. Awesome. So they don't have a website, but let's check out Facebook here. Oh, awesome. We got them here right now. It's a, hey, I'm Pastor Alex Nicholas. Thank you so much, AJ. Hey, awesome. Hey, I just came across it. So good job with y'all stuff, man. Let's see. Again, you want the path to be easy so that people can get and see who they're talking about. So we have references here. I would say if y'all ever decide to do a website, make sure that you can get away from the Gmail stuff so it's your own stuff. Even if you go with Google, you can have it registered so that it's going to be whatever your ministry is, whatever at your ministry.org.com, whatever you decide you used to do. Just makes it a little bit more professional, but again, not a hit on anything. Really like how the stuff is being presented as well too. So really, really awesome. Keep it up. So let's see, what do we got next? Let's find somebody else. We got a bunch of First Baptist Church. Who is this? First Baptist Church of Union, Missouri. All right, let's look at the most recent one. And this was done 11 months ago? Well, let's check it out.